Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Take 5. It is Tuesday, March 22nd, Tuesday. And it's early, just got up, but glad to be with you this morning. Hello, world, watching on the World Wide Web. And we are in Matthew chapter 11, verse 16. But to what shall I compare this generation? It is like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling to their playmates, "We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We sang a dirge, and you did not mourn. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, He has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, Look at him, a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Yet wisdom is justified by her deeds." Back then, the children would play games, and they do nowadays too. They play house and doctor and stuff like that. Well, a couple of their games that they like to play were wedding and funeral. And he says, the children, they're playing wedding, and they say, "We played the flute for you," because that was common at weddings. And you didn't dance, or we sang a dirge when they were playing funeral, and you didn't mourn. In other words, it didn't matter what we did. We didn't get any kind of reaction out of you. You wouldn't play the game. That's what this generation is like. No matter what we do, you don't respond to it. And he said, look, you just criticize the messenger no matter what they do. Now John, he's a separatist. He's a Nazarite. He stays out there in the wilderness. He doesn't drink any alcohol. He doesn't eat hardly anything. He doesn't mingle with the crowd. He just stays out there with God and the trees and the animals. And you say, he's got a demon. And Jesus, he says, I come in with you guys and with the crowd, and I celebrate and go to weddings and turn water into wine, and I drink and I have a good time. And you say he's a glutton and a drunkard and a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Now, of course, those accusations weren't true. He wasn't a glutton. He wasn't a drunkard. John didn't have a demon. That's just what they say. All right? And I'm going to tell you something from personal experience. If people don't like you, they just throw names at you. Back then, they threw names like, he has a demon or glutton or drunkard. You know a name they like to throw nowadays? Divisive. That's just a name they want to throw. Divisive, if they just don't like you. I found that from personal experience. Nevertheless, look at the last thing he says here. Wisdom is justified by her deeds. All right, look at the people that are saying that kind of stuff. Look at what they do. Look at the result of what they do and see if they got any wisdom. Do I need to make it any clearer than that? Didn't think so. Very short edition today. This was as clear as anything that Jesus could teach. Just look at what people say. Look at what they do. Look at the result. You'll know if they got wisdom or not. Come back tomorrow for another edition of Take 5.